When most travelers think of Europe, their minds drift to the bright lights of Paris, the grandeur of Rome, and the bustling streets of London. But today I invite you to look beyond these iconic capitals and well-trodden landmarks. Europe's true soul often reveals itself in quieter corners, places where the crowds thin and the rhythm of daily life feels refreshingly authentic. Here, cobblestone lanes echo with local laughter, and nature's grandeur feels like it was reserved just for you. As travel trends shift, more of us are seeking not just sights, but experiences. We long for genuine connections, with locals, with landscapes, and with the culture that pulses beneath postcard exteriors. This new way of travel is about depth, not just distance, about savoring what's real, instead of rushing from one famous monument to another. So join me on a journey to uncover Europe's hidden gems, 22 underrated countries where authenticity thrives and every day brings new surprises. Together, let's discover the heart and soul of the continent, far from the crowds and closer to the stories that make Europe unforgettable. Slovakia is a country where fairy tales seem to spring to life. Wander the winding alleys of Bratislava's Old Town, where pastel facades and Baroque palaces recall centuries of Central European history. Venture out to Spiš Castle, one of Europe's largest and most evocative medieval fortresses, perched dramatically above the countryside, a silent sentinel over the rolling hills. For lovers of the great outdoors, the High Tatras offer a rugged playground, dotted with crystalline lakes and soaring peaks. Whether you're hiking alpine trails or exploring the enchanting underground caves of Slovak Paradise National Park, Slovakia's natural beauty is both accessible and jaw-dropping. But the magic doesn't stop at landscapes. In towns like Banská Štiavnica, you'll find UNESCO-listed charm and a legacy of gold mining woven into every street. And after a day of exploring, settle into a family-run tavern to savor hearty brinzové halušky, pillowy potato dumplings smothered in creamy sheep cheese. In Slovakia, tradition isn't a museum piece. It's alive, shared joyfully at every table and on every trail. Tucked between Iceland and Norway, the Faroe Islands are a place where nature's drama takes center stage. Imagine windswept sea cliffs plunging into the North Atlantic, waterfalls tumbling down emerald slopes, and tiny villages topped with grass roofs. Everything feels raw and untouched. In Gassadalur, the iconic Mulafossur waterfall pours straight into the ocean, creating a tableau as mesmerizing as it is remote. The island's ever-changing weather, fog one moment, sunshine the next, adds to their enchanting unpredictability. But the Faroe Islands are more than scenery. In Tórshavn, the world's smallest capital, you'll find a warm welcome in cozy cafes and colorful harbors. Hike along Sørvágsvatn, where the lake appears to float high above the sea, or simply pause to breathe in the briny air and listen to sheep bleating on distant hillsides. Here, travel is about immersing yourself in the rhythm of island life, where authenticity is measured in moments of quiet wonder. Luxembourg may be one of Europe's tiniest countries, but it's bursting with charm. Luxembourg City, with its dramatic fortress walls and maze of ancient casemates, feels like something straight out of a storybook. Stroll through the old quarters, where squares buzz gently with life and bridges span deep, tree-filled gorges. Nearby, Vianden Castle towers above the town, its turrets and ramparts offering panoramic views of a countryside quilted with vineyards and forests. Yet Luxembourg isn't just history, it's a seamless blend of luxury, authenticity, and ease. The Mühlethal region, nicknamed Little Switzerland, lures hikers with forests, craggy rock formations, and serene streams. And whether you're sampling fine wines in Moselle Valley or savoring local pastries in a riverside cafe, you'll find that Luxembourg's heart beats to a distinctly European rhythm, laid back, welcoming, and effortlessly elegant. Perched high atop Mount Titano, San Marino claims the title of the world's oldest republic, and it wears its history with pride. 3 medieval towers rise dramatically above the rolling Italian countryside, each one a silent witness to centuries of independence. Wander the labyrinth of cobbled streets, lined with stone houses and artisan shops, and you'll feel as though you've stepped back in time. But San Marino is more than a living museum. From its panoramic ramparts, the views stretch for miles across Italy's plains, while the city's spirited festivals celebrate a unique culture and fierce sense of identity. Whether you're sipping local wine on a sun-drenched terrace or exploring the ancient fortifications that crown the mountain, San Marino invites you to slow down, look around, and savor a country where history is written in every stone. Albania is a treasure trove waiting to be discovered. Along its pristine Ionian and Adriatic coastlines, you'll find beaches that rival the Mediterranean's best, often with far fewer footprints in the sand. Inland, the stone towns of Berat and Gjirokastër tell stories of Ottoman empires and ancient civilization, their whitewashed houses stacked along lush river valleys. But Albania's true magic lies in its blend of rugged mountains, crystal-clear lakes, and the warmth of its people. From hiking in the Albanian Alps to sharing plates of bajrak and reiki in a family-run guest house, every day brings a new invitation to connect. Here, the past is palpable, the scenery is sublime, and the welcome is as genuine as it gets. Nestled between France and Spain, Andorra is a mountain playground for those who love the outdoors. The Pyrenean scenery here is nothing short of spectacular. Think jagged peaks, glacier-fed lakes, and wildflower meadows stretching as far as the eye can see. In winter, Andorra's ski resorts come alive with powdery slopes and a après-ski charm, while summer invites hikers, cyclists, and nature lovers to explore hundreds of well-marked trails. But Andorra isn't just about adrenaline. Its capital, Andorra la Vella, is a haven for tax-free shopping, with boutiques and markets brimming with local crafts and luxury goods. After a day in the fresh mountain air, unwind in a rustic spa or savor hearty, Catalan-inspired cuisine in a cozy stone chalet. In Andorra, every visit feels like a breath of crisp, invigorating air. Armenia is a land where history runs deep, so deep in fact, that it's said to be the world's first Christian nation. Across its dramatic, mountainous landscape, you'll find ancient monasteries perched on cliffs, their stone walls weathered by centuries of wind and prayer. Places like Gegard and Tatev are more than historic sites. They're spiritual havens set amid breathtaking natural backdrops. But Armenia's cultural riches extend beyond its monasteries. In the capital, Yerevan, vibrant markets and lively cafes pulse with energy, while traditional music drifts through leafy parks. Sample lavash straight from a wood-fired oven, or sip Armenian brandy as you watch the sunset over Mount Ararat. In Armenia, every day is an invitation to touch the past and celebrate the present. Bosnia and Herzegovina is a place where East meets West, and history is never far from the surface. The city of Mostar is famous for its iconic stone bridge, a symbol of resilience, rebuilt after war, and now a gathering place for locals and visitors alike. Wander its old bazaar, where Ottoman-era mosques and Austro-Hungarian townhouses stand side by side, and you'll feel the deep, complex layers that make this country unique. In Sarajevo, the echoes of the past mingle with the vibrancy of modern life. Sip strong coffee in a centuries-old cafe, or hike into the surrounding hills for sweeping views of red-tiled roofs and minarets. Bosnia's untouched rivers and mountains offer natural beauty in abundance, while its people welcome travelers with open hearts and generous hospitality. Bulgaria is a country of striking contrasts, a place where ancient Thracian ruins and Soviet-era monuments share the landscape with lively towns and sun-drenched beaches. In Plovdiv, Europe's oldest continuously inhabited city, Roman amphitheaters and colorful old quarters invite exploration. The Rila Monastery, with its striped arches and mountain setting, is a masterpiece of Orthodox spirituality and Bulgarian artistry. On the Black Sea coast, golden beaches stretch for miles, dotted with charming villages that come alive in the summer months. Whether you're wandering through cobblestone streets in Veliko Tarnovo or sharing a meze platter in a rustic countryside tavern, Bulgaria delivers authenticity, diversity, and a sense of discovery at every turn. Croatia's Dubrovnik and Split may be world famous, but the country's lesser-known corners are just as enchanting. Head north to Istria, where rolling hills dotted with vineyards and medieval hill towns recall the romance of Tuscany, without the crowds. Explore the fertile plains of Slavonia, where Baroque towns and rustic farmsteads offer a taste of traditional Croatian life. For nature lovers, Croatia's inland national parks, like Plitvice and Krka, are a symphony of waterfalls, turquoise lakes, and lush forests. Here, the sound of rushing water is your soundtrack, and the only crowds you'll find are flocks of birds overhead. In every region, local markets brim with fresh seafood, olive oil, and truffles, inviting you to taste the richness of the land. Estonia is a country where medieval charm and wild nature exist side by side. In Tallinn, the fairy tale Old Town is a labyrinth of cobbled streets, spired churches, and pastel-colored merchant houses, all wrapped in city walls that have stood for centuries. Take a ferry to Saaremaa Island, where windmills turn slowly above tranquil meadows and juniper forests. But the real magic of Estonia is found in its bog landscapes, mysterious, misty wetlands that glow gold in the morning light. Here you can hike wooden boardwalks, spot rare birds, or simply relish the silence. Estonia's spirit is gentle, creative, and deeply connected to the land, a place where the pace of life invites you to linger and dream. Georgia is a country that delights all the senses. In Tbilisi, pastel balconies cling to hillsides above the Kura River, while sulfur baths and busy markets pulse with energy. Beyond the capital, the mighty Caucasus Mountains rise in jagged splendor, sheltering ancient churches and remote villages where time seems to slow. But perhaps Georgia's greatest gift is its cuisine and hospitality. Gather around a supra, a traditional feast, and you'll share khinkali dumplings, fragrant khachapuri, and homemade wine, all accompanied by heartfelt toasts. In Georgia, every journey feels like an embrace, every meal a celebration of life's richness. Kosovo is a place of remarkable resilience and youthful energy. In Prizren, Ottoman bridges cross sparkling rivers, and mosques and monasteries nestle beneath snow-capped peaks. The city's cafe culture is vibrant. Order a strong espresso, and you'll soon find yourself in conversation with friendly locals eager to share their stories. Venture beyond the cities, and Kosovo's mountain scenery comes alive with hiking trails and wildflowers. Here, the spirit is optimistic, the pace is relaxed, and every traveler is welcomed as a guest. Kosovo may be young, but its heart is as old as the hills that surround it. Latvia offers a blend of urban sophistication and unspoiled nature. In Riga, Art Nouveau facades line broad boulevards, while the old town spires and squares buzz with creativity. The city is a cultural powerhouse, with museums, music, and lively markets that showcase the best of Baltic life. Beyond Riga, Gauja National Park is a haven for hikers, bikers, and kayakers, its forests and sandstone cliffs offering peaceful retreats. Along the Baltic coast, sleepy seaside towns invite you to relax on windswept dunes and sample smoked fish straight from the boat. Latvia is a country that rewards curiosity and invites you to slow down and savor its gentle rhythms. Sandwiched between Switzerland and Austria, Liechtenstein is Europe's sixth smallest country, but its alpine landscapes are truly grand. The capital, Vaduz, is crowned by a storybook castle and filled with friendly cafes and museums. Set out from town, and you'll quickly find yourself on quiet hiking trails that crisscross wildflower meadows and forests. Liechtenstein's compact size means adventure is always close at hand. Whether you're pedaling along the Rhine or hiking to panoramic viewpoints above the valley, the country's beauty feels intimate, accessible, and refreshingly serene. Here, every path leads to new discoveries. Lithuania enchants with its blend of myth, history, and natural wonder. Vilnius, the capital, is a city of Baroque churches, bohemian districts, and hidden courtyards, where every corner tells a different story. Just a short drive away, the island castle at Trakai floats serenely on a blue lake, a fairy tale come to life. But Lithuania's greatest natural treasure may be the Curonian Spit, a slender ribbon of sand dunes and pine forests that stretches between lagoon and sea. Here, winds sculpt ever-changing landscapes, and fishermen's cottages dot the shore. In Lithuania, every visit feels like a journey through legend and light. Moldova is a place where time slows, and life revolves around the rhythms of the land. In Chisinau, leafy boulevards and lively markets set a relaxed pace, while hidden Orthodox churches whisper tales of faith and endurance. The country is famed for its wine. Visit one of the vast underground cellars at Krikova or Milesti Michi, and you'll taste vintages shaped by centuries of tradition. Venture into the countryside, and you'll find a patchwork of sunflower fields, rustic villages, and orchards heavy with fruit. Here, hospitality is heartfelt. Guests are welcomed at the table, and every meal is a chance to share stories and laughter. Moldova may not shout for attention, but those who listen are richly rewarded. Montenegro is a country where mountain and sea collide in breathtaking fashion. In Kotor, medieval walls encircle a bay that shimmers like a mirror, while narrow alleys wind between stone palaces and lively squares. Head inland to Durmitor National Park, and you'll find rugged peaks, turquoise lakes, and canyons carved deep by wild rivers. On the Adriatic coast, charming towns like Perast and Budva offer sun-drenched beaches and Venetian history. Whether you're hiking, kayaking, or simply sipping coffee in a seaside cafe, Montenegro's landscapes,